places where we started what is known as jail no bail. Because in 1960, on February 27th, when the mass arrest was made in Nashville, and the judge said 30 days or $250 fine, $50 was a lot of money in 1960. But we decided to go to jail. We're going to fill up the jail, make it hard on the people downtown. And that's what we did. But again, back to my story, she said, you're on a Greyhound bus going from Montgomery to Jackson, Mississippi. The worst state of all, you don't know what's going to happen to you. You know about the burning of the bus in Anderson, you know about the beatings in Birmingham. Your friends from Nashville have been beaten in Montgomery, May 20th, on a Saturday. This is when a good friend of mine by the name of Jim Swerve almost lost his life. I was a white student. He was an exchange student from Fisk University. But because of our training, let me tell you what Jim said when they were beating him outside the Greyhound bus terminal. I wrote this down just because I wanted you to hear this and maybe get a feeling of why we did what we did. Jim wasn't the only one beaten. One of our white female students was almost hospitalized. One of our African American students was hospitalized with Jim Swerve. He is William Barbee. He is deceased. And I'll tell you what happened. But outside the front of the Greyhound bus terminal in Montgomery, Alabama, Jim was the first one off the bus with John Lewis. John was his seatmate. When they came out the front door of the bus terminal in Montgomery, the mob attacked Jim first. Well, no, they didn't. They attacked the press first because they didn't want the press to get the story out. Jim Swerve was pulled into the mob. He asked God to be with him and to forgive them for whatever they might do to me. And he felt the greatest spiritual connection of his lifetime because he knew that God was going to take care of him, although he was hospitalized. And again, so the lady asked me about, weren't you afraid? You saw what happened? I said, that's the easiest one of all. I said, turn to the 23rd Psalm. The Lord is my shepherd. I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside the quiet waters. He restored my soul. He guides me in the path of righteousness for his name's sake. Now I changed the next line to fit me. The next line says, even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. But as I was talking to her, I said, yea, though I'm on a Greyhound bus, riding through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. And so she said, I got it. I understand why you did what you did. Little did I know that for the 50th anniversary, I would be sitting on stage with Oprah Winfrey. Even the day of the taping, I didn't know. She had buses and limousines waiting for us at the hotel, and my little ticket said 1B. I just looked at the B, and I looked for the bus that had a B on it in the window, and I went to that bus and sat down. The young man gets on the bus, he's making sure that everybody is where they're supposed to be. When he gets to me and he asks me my name and I give it to him, and he looks down the list and he says, you're not on this list "Where's your card?" I took my card out and gave it to him. He said, "Get off the bus, get your luggage, and go to the car that's parked behind the bus. You're supposed to be at that car." I said, "Okay." And when I got there, he said, "We're waiting for 2 ladies. When we get the 2 ladies, and then we'll take off. So you can have a seat." I did. And as the bus left the hotel, I noticed that the buses went to the corner and made a turn, but we stopped on the side street. There was a door there. He said, "This is where you can get off." And I'm thinking that the auditorium is so large that they didn't want everybody coming in the same door. Just like here, they might have somebody coming in the front door. They might have some of the guests coming in the side door. So we get off, and we had to go through security. And it wasn't until I was in the green room that I knew that I was going to be on the Oprah Winfrey Show. The lady comes in, and those of you who have a chance to watch late night shows, you always notice that the host has either green cards or blue card on his desk or her desk. Well, what that's all about is that while the person is in the green room, one of the staff members has already told them what question or questions will be asked of them. And the guest, the host, he or she has a card so they can remember what questions they're supposed to ask the guest. My question was, Oprah would like to know what the treatment was like in Parchment. What did they do to you that was bad? Not just to me, but to the group. That was bad. So I had it all in my head. I'm going to tell them about the mistreatment that we had to go through. And we would sing. I would be remiss if I didn't stand here and show you how much fun we had in Parchment Penitentiary. Segregated Parchment Penitentiary. We had a song for everything. Let me go back to, I'm on a Greyhound bus going from Montgomery to Jackson, Mississippi. Between the 2 buses, there were 27 of us. And when we were arrested, John Lewis just happened to be my seatmate going from Montgomery to Jackson. We got off the bus, we walked in the front door that said white only, and we sat at the lunch counter. John Lewis went to the restroom that said white only. He was arrested in the white restroom. Lucretia Collins, who just happened to be the head majorette of the Tennessee A&I Aristocrat Band of Bands, we were sitting there together. We were arrested there. Again, music is very important. So as we were arrested, and the Trailway people were arrested, we're in a cage waiting to come out to be fingerprinted and booked. They first charged us with disturbing the peace. That wouldn't stick. No, disorderly conduct. That wouldn't stick, so they charged us with breach of peace. Bernard Lafayette was the first tenor in the group. And the song that we started singing to let them know, because we knew that every 4 days a group would be coming out of Nashville, from Nashville to Memphis, down to Jackson, every 4 days, because that's how many of us volunteered to go on a freedom ride. Tennessee and I had more freedom riders than any school. Nashville had more freedom riders than any state. Bernard said, let's do this song to let them know that more people are coming. Buses are coming, oh yes. Buses are coming, oh yes. Buses are coming, buses are coming, buses are coming, oh yes. Cut out all that noise. This is not a concert hall. We don't want to hear all that singing. So we're looking at the wall, not the wall, but we're inside this big room. Bernard turns to us and says, well, what are they going to do? Put us in jail? Better get you ready, oh yes. Better get you ready, oh yes. Better get you ready, better get you ready. Better get you ready, oh yes. They're coming from Nashville, oh yes. They're coming from Nashville, oh yes. They're coming from Nashville, coming from Nashville, coming from Nashville, oh yes. And whatever state or city was represented in that 27, because some people from CORE had joined us in Montgomery, we called that city or state out, so it was a very long song. Music was very, very important in the movement. If you've ever seen the documentary, John Lewis will tell you that if it wasn't for music, I don't know what we would have done. Just to mention a few things, for example, when we sing, we announce our existence. We announce our existence through music. Of course, the world knows this song, "We Shall Overcome." So we would sing things like "We Shall Overcome," "Oh Freedom," "Hallelujah, I'm Traveling," "Hallelujah, Ain't It Fine," "Hallelujah, I'm Traveling Down Freedom's Main Line." I woke up this morning with my mind stayed on freedom. I woke up this morning with my mind stayed on freedom. Come on, join me. Woke up this morning with my mind